Hey guys, Kris here. In this video, we are doing the Norwegian high-speed run in the Volkswagen ID4 first with the 77 kilowatt hour battery pack. This is the base version of the ID4, and this car is also equipped with summer tires. Remember guys, when we did this test a few weeks ago, we were on winter rubber. But today, we're going to see if, summer tires really make a difference, as well as maybe doing a little bit of a different charging strategy. Charging twice to get more of that maximum speed, because last time when we did this test, we only charged one time. And also guys, this car is actually equipped with performance summer tires, and that will be very interesting. When I sold tires, well, that's almost like a decade ago, I worked with tires and wheels. I would, recommend these tires, the Hankook S1 Evos, for people who had, a mid-range budget but wanted one of the best performance tires, because this tire could really, hang with the best at the time, the Michelin Pilot Super Sports, and also, the Bridgestone and Pirelli equivalents. But that's why it's very interesting that this car is equipped with the Hankook S1 Evos, which is a performance tire. So I don't know. Will that affect the consumption? I have no idea. And guys, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I'm Kris. I have this channel dedicated to EVs, so be sure to hit that like button down below. That really does mean the world to me, so thank you very much. And also, if this is your first time, your 100th, or maybe your 10,000th time visiting my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and also hitting that notification bell. That is very helpful, and I do appreciate it a lot, so thank you very much. And also, if you don't know what the Norwegian high-speed run is, well, welcome to it. It is a time attack, a battle against the clock over a 615-kilometer route, which is basically mostly on motorways but also high-speed country roads, where the point of the test is to complete the route as quickly as possible, because what we're putting to test is an EV's ability to travel over distance in the real world. But not only does, range come into the equation, but also consumption, and most importantly, charging, because the cars that charge quick are able to complete this task quicker. And atop of the throne sits the Volkswagen ID3 77 kilowatt hour version. So, I mean, this car probably isn't going to better that time today, but I don't know, we can get close. We can get close. Conditions are nice and sunny weather, around 10 degrees Celsius outside now. We may hit, maybe if we're lucky, like 13, 14, 15 degrees Celsius. So guys, I'm just charging to 100% stated charge here, and then we will be on our way. Okay guys, we have now been on the road for 1 hour and 16 minutes. We have covered 131 kilometers, and the first patch of the motorway, ends here. This is usually something I don't show you guys, but this is the first section of motorway. It goes from 110 to 80 over here. And then we have, I think this is a stretch of about, I don't know, like 20, 25 kilometers. And then we hit the new stretch of motorway, which is like 20, 25. And then it's patched all the way down to about Grimstad. And then from Grimstad to Kristiansand, it's 60 kilometers of motorway. So, I mean, on the whole 307 kilometer trip from, Sandvika and down to Kristiansand, I think like maybe 30 to 40 maybe is like motorway. So almost the majority of it is motorway. But okay, our consumption is now at 20.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, 20.6 there, which is quite good. And we have had a tailwind of about 2 meters per second, southwards to about Larvik, and then when we hit now southwest, we should have a tailwind of about 1 meter per second, which is basically nothing. So I think this consumption here is probably going to drop as we approach Kristiansand, and then it will average out to that on the way back. That's usually what happens when we, have weak windy weather. But okay, that is very, very interesting. And you guys can see also that our range, according to the car, is 271 kilometers. And our destination, or our turnaround point at the train station in Kristiansand, is 173. Meaning that according to the car, we should have 100 kilometers of range left when we get to the turnaround point. So what I'm hoping is that we will be able to go further than, you know, the Fortum charger in Tvedestrand, because we know those chem chargers won't give us the peak speed because they are limited because of the cables and the amps. I think somebody commented the amps, also the cables I know from before. So the speed we got with the ID3 77 kilowatt hour version was like 111, and this car can peak at 125. So maybe we'll have to stop earlier, maybe at Ionity in Lillesand or somewhere else. But I mean, if we're not low enough in the battery percentage, we won't get that peak speed. So we're going to have to evaluate that based on, yeah, the consumption when we get to Kristiansand, so we know how far we can go, and also the battery percentage. Welcome to downtown Kristiansand, guys, where the sun has been shining for the past few videos. I mean, the weather down here has been really, really nice, and today the weather is nice, but we're not getting, you know, the temperatures I was hoping today, 10.5 degrees, and we do have a little bit of traffic because it is, yeah, 2:30, so we are approaching rush hour. But, and you can see from the time down here, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Usually when we have a clean run, we're here after 3.5 hours. When we have a little bit of traffic, we will be here like 3 hours and 10 minutes. So we have a little bit more traffic today. Okay, but you guys are now informed, and the turning radius of this car is so insane. And look at these are vacant chargers, but we're not going to go there because we have 17% stated charge left. And let's take a look at our consumption, which is now down to 19.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And our average speed is 95 kilometers an hour, and 308 kilometers is the distance covered according to the car. So it seems like this car is counting the distance quite accurately, while you know, other cars don't calculate it too accurately. And yeah, so is this guy gonna go out, or is he gonna stay here forever? Yeah, so the guy on the left is stopping, so that means you can go. Come on. Come on. We are losing valuable time here. Come on, drive. Come on, people on the left side here are stopping for you. Okay, the Tesla's, no, he's not stopping. Now it's vacant. Come on, go. This is the longest. I don't want to, you know, sound my horn. Thank you. She's stopping. So usually if you just, you know, creep out to the crossing here, people will stop for you because, you know, the construction they have there. Okay, so we're gonna go to Ionity in Lillesand, I think is the plan, because I could probably make it until, we have 80 kilometers of range left. I'm guessing we could probably make it to Fortum in Tvedestrand, but those chargers won't give us the maximum speed. And guys, I must say, this car is really quiet and comfortable on the road. Road noise is at a minimum, and also wind noise. And I think wind noise is also less than in the Polestar 2 I've been driving. Though also tire noise seems to be less. So I had to Google it because I remember the Continental tire-equipped Polestar 2s I have had have been quite quiet, but the one I have now on the Michelin Primacy 4s I think is a bit loud on especially coarse asphalt. You know, when the asphalt is smooth it's nice, but on coarse asphalt it seems to be quite noisy. And yeah, to not my surprise, I found some tests online, and these tires here, the Hankook Aventus S1 Evos, the version 3s, are at the, you know, towards the top as one of the most quiet tires in this segment. And then the Michelin Primacy 4s are one of the noisiest. So that goes to show you, you know, there can be as much as 2 or 3 decibels in difference, and that is a lot. That is a lot in decibels. Okay guys, we are now here at Circle K, Lillesand, to do our first charging stop. So we're going to go over here to the Ionity chargers, and we have the charging port on the right side of the car. So we can swing around here on this side, and okay. Yeah, that screen is going to be legible. Okay, so let's stop here and let's take a look at our consumption. And okay, so we are at 12% state of charge, and our consumption is now at 19.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. 94 kilometers an hour in average speed, and 331 kilometers is covered. And we can see that we have 51% state of charge left. Okay, so let's go ahead here, and then we will connect to the charger and see what kind of charging speed we do get. And I do apologize again, guys, if it is windy, because it is windy. That's why I parked here, so we could just hop into the car if it gets too windy to see the charging speed. Okay, and as per usual with these Phoenix contact connectors, we are going to just hold our hand here so there is no errors, you know, with initializing and, you know, the handshake, because it is at the top of the connector here where the contact is with the communication protocol is happening with the car. So if the distance between this is too great, it will fail to charge. So we are now connected. No, okay. We are not connected, so that did work. Okay, so we're stuck now. And why is it saying 37%? That doesn't really make any sense. Okay, so we're having an error here. Okay, so let's try to do that again. Okay, weird. Okay, so let's do that again. Like that. Okay, approved. And then let's go ahead and do this again. I should start to feel some vibrating if this is working properly. Nope, I don't know what's going on. It's saying 37% state of charge, and it's, yeah, we know that we are at 12% state of charge. So yeah, we're losing valuable time here, and we are going to try to switch to another charger here. So we're going to have to move the car. Okay. Let's do this one instead. Okay, let's go ahead. So let's get our card again, swipe this here. Okay, payment approved, and then we will again. Okay. Yeah, so it's now communicating, and I can feel this vibrate, and we can hear the clicking sound from the relays within the charging station here. So yeah, this charger over here seems to be faulty, and yeah, that should be good. So we probably lost, I don't know, minute and a half there, maybe 2 minutes. So communicating, click, 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 and we are now charging. And as per usual, you can see what I like about the ID3 car or ID cars with the chargers here is that they, you know, get that peak speed immediately. Look at this, and we're gonna go to 125, boom. Okay, 122 then, but yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying. So at the camp chargers at Fortum, the Fortum camp chargers in Tvedestrand, we got 111 as maximum speed. Okay, we are at 12% state of charge. We're going to go to 40% state to charge here, and then we're going to disconnect, and then we are going to stop probably at in Skien or in Bamble. No, not Bamble, Skien or Larvik, Ionity Larvik, to you know, get that maximum charging speed to do the sessions as quickly as possible. And guys, look at this color. What do you guys think about this color? It's kind of, yeah, I don't know, mustard. I'm not a huge fan, especially with the brown interior of this car. It looks kind of off, but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Okay guys, we are now here at our second charging stop here at Ionity in Ringdalsskogen, I think it's called. And as you guys can see here, the Ionity chargers here are closed. There's some tape around them. I don't know. So we only have 1 and 2 working. This one is not working. So yeah, it's complete chaos here. Everybody's just, you know, queuing here to, yeah, be the next one in line. And then I was walking over to this lady just to see how much percentage she had left. And I saw her car wasn't charging, so I was like, excuse me, are you going to charge? And she was like, oh, I am charging. I was like, no, your car isn't charging. And she apologized, and I'm like, yeah, it's totally fine. But you know, she was having issues with the e-tron and the charger, so it was charging and then it stopped. So I helped her, you know, with her card and everything, so she could get moving on. So she's going to charge a bit. She's at 17%, but she has an e-tron 55, so she should be getting, you know, speed. Her, you know, maximum speed quite easily. But okay, that means I actually stopped the timer here. So maybe I fiddle around for about 2 minutes, just, you know, trying to, you know, orient myself about all the chargers here. But I stopped the clock, you know, because I don't know, this is a time test, and of course this will be the real world. But you know, obviously I've been doing this EV testing for a long time now, and these usually work. But this is something to consider, that you come to a charging station like this, and this is something I don't see a lot. I mean, I don't see this a lot, guys. So yeah, so we're just gonna sit here. Maybe she will be finished, I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes. The downside is that the battery will be cooled down, and guys, you would thought maybe I could just go to a different charger, but yeah, I'm at the YOLO Master is at 0% state of charge and 0 kilometers left. So yeah, we can just check our consumption quickly, because it has actually dropped a bit. So yeah, 19.4, that's pretty nice. And yeah, so 505 kilometers covered and 93 kilometers an hour. So yeah, we're just gonna sit here, wait till this is vacant, and then charge up to, I think, about 40% state of charge, guys. Okay, finally guys, it's our turn to charge. And I was afraid that, you know, sitting here too long would give us a cold battery, meaning that we wouldn't, you know, be getting our maximum speed. I don't know how long we've been sitting here, maybe half an hour or something. I haven't really paid attention, but okay, we are getting maximum speed 123 kilowatts, and I have started the clock again. So the only reason I stopped the clock is because we were waiting, right? Because to be able to charge. Okay, so I think I've done some calculations now off camera, and it seems like we will be able to go to, yeah, back to the charger in, back to our starting point, Circle K in Sandvika, with 35 or 40% stated charge. I don't know, maybe if I go to 35% stated charge, that will be just enough for us to go there. Or if I go to, yeah, if I go to 40%, we will have plenty. So yeah, it's not going to take too long either way. Welcome back to our starting point here at Circle K in Sandvika. And guys, we actually arrived here with 9% state of charge. So, you know, even though we only went to 38% state of charge, which I thought was maybe cutting it a bit close, we arrived here with plenty juice. And that goes to show you guys that it's not always easy to estimate how much consumption you are going to, or how much battery you're going to use on your trip, and try to be as accurate, because sometimes I hit, you know, the 0% stated charge mark, while other times, yeah, we're at around 10%. So it's not easy to do that. And what is very interesting is that the consumption today was 19.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Not only is that almost 2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers less than when we did this run on winter wheels. Remember, The wheel dimensions are the same, though the wheels are a bit different. Maybe these wheels are a little bit more aerodynamic, and I actually do like the wheel design of these. The tire dimensions and wheel dimensions are exactly the same. So 19.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers is very, very impressive. It's 12 degrees Celsius outside now, so we haven't had, super warm temperatures. We have had quite stable temperatures. But considering that when we did the run in the ID3 with the same battery pack, that car had a consumption of 18.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Considering the size of this car and that you actually have that added ground clearance and that added ride height, that is very, very impressive. Okay, so you guys are here at the end of the video because you don't want to hear me babbling. You want to know the time. So the Volkswagen ID4 first with the 77 kilowatt hour battery pack on summer tires completed the Norwegian high-speed run in, drum roll, 7 hours and 1 minute. So that's 5 minutes more than when we did the run on winter tires, even though the consumption was a lot less. And also, if you look at the charging time, guys, down below, we spent total 28 minutes in charging, while when we did the run a few weeks ago, we spent 42 minutes. So why did we spend 5 minutes longer with less consumption and also, almost 15 minutes shorter charging? Well, that is because of traffic. One of the factors that we're not able to control under this test, or nobody's able to control that in the real world. Driving a few kilometers an hour slower behind some slow-moving traffic, over time and over the distance we do this test, that, can accumulate into a few minutes and give us these variations in time. And also, the fact that we had, the problems there at Ionity in Ringdalsskogen where, only about 3 of those 10 or 12 chargers were actually working, meaning we had to queue. And even though we stopped the clock from the moment we stopped and started queuing till the moment we started to charge, we also had, the overhead time. We had to take off the motorway, we had to drive to the charger, we had to connect to the charger and then disconnect and then get back on the motorway again. When we did the run with the ID4 a few weeks ago, we only did 1 charging stop. So that's always the big, discussion. People are commenting in the videos I do of this test. And it's a very valid point because some people claim that, if I did 1 more charging stop, I could have higher charging speed. Yes, but you also have the overhead. So, that's always a good question. And in theory, I do agree with you guys, but that's why I do this testing in practice, because today, under today's conditions, we weren't able to, to take advantage of that, higher charging speed while going from a lower state of charge to around 40%. So, in theory, that should work, and sometimes it does work, but today, under today's conditions, it didn't work. And imagine if I didn't stop the clock, that would be the real world travel time, actually. That would be even more. So I find it very, very interesting, and that's the whole point of this test, is to not only, see what the range of the car is, not only what the consumption is, and not only, the charging speed, but also how accurately are you able to, calculate how much charge you are going to arrive with, meaning how much should you charge to. That's always a big factor. And even though we had quite, a bit lower consumption, charging strategy, even though if you have lower consumption, meaning you can go further, are you able to go to the next charger? If you're not, well, that lower consumption doesn't, really give you the advantage of the lower consumption, because you still have to stop at the same charging point. And then, that 2 extra kilowatt hours you're saving, how many minutes is that in the real world? And having the problems with the charger at Ionity in Lillesand also. We spent a few minutes there. So there are all of these, factors from the real world that play into difference. And what we learned today is that what affected the time today was different than what affected the time last time. And I think that is very important, and that is one of the reasons I do this test. So guys, let me know down below what you guys think of today's test, because I'm very, very curious, because today we got similar results but completely different conditions. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.